Hey guys, my name is Only Trails and welcome to the Old School RuneScape channel. I've been tasked to warm you guys up to the newest cool boss encounter in OSRS, the Royal Titans. And yes, I'll be making temperature puns throughout this entire video.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The Titans are located in a new part of the Asgardian Ice Dungeon, but for the most agile gamers amongst us, there'll be some nifty shortcuts close to the entrance. The encounter is a clash between Branda, the Queen of Fire, who's trying to expand her territory out from beneath the Karamja volcano, and Eldrick, the King of Frost, expanding his territory from the Ice Dungeon itself, meaning you'll have to fight both to keep their influence at bay. I'll start up this video with some good news. No more keys. You won't have to kill countless fire or ice giants to collect keys to fight these bosses. Nope, you can just face them head on whenever you feel that burning desire to do some PvM. Well, I hope you're all fired up already, because if you don't want Gielinor to become covered in ice or completely going up in flames, we're going into combat. The fight is designed for players to get more familiar with gear switching. Similar to how Skurius teaches players about protection prayers and the Perilous Moons focus mostly on movement. That being said, this fight is anything but chill. It's an absolute step up from Skurius in terms of difficulty. The encounter is balanced around players north of 90 combat, so even with a whip and a couple wave spells, this isn't going to be a walk in the park. So heat up those hands, because those fingers are gonna be clicking. Since there's two enemies, the fight is intended to be fought as a duo. However, it is possible to take them on solo if you'd like. But keep in mind that the fight will be significantly tougher this way, so don't say I didn't warn you. Now, let me give you some tips to thaw these giants. Defensively, both Titans are weakest to melee, so you'll want to hit them with a melee weapon. But throughout the fight, there'll be times where you'll be unable to hit them in close range. And unless you have omnidirectional mobility gear, you're gonna have to switch to range. That's your next best option. Obviously, these giants will also have elemental weakness, so I'd suggest also dusting off your wizard robes and staff, because you're gonna need them. Branda and Eldrick will produce rows of flame and icicles respectively, requiring you to extinguish or melt them using the opposing element from the standard spellbook. Additionally, they'll also spawn a blizzard of minions that'll dish out nasty chip damage, and these do have a decent chunk of hit points, so will require proper magic switches so you can deal with them effectively. Fortunately, if you attack them with the right element, they'll deal area of effect damage in a 3x3 area. So if you don't want your HP to hit sub-zero, brush up on those elemental weaknesses. To summarize, melee will be your most effective damage option. If that's not possible, then range will be there to speed up your kills, and magic is required to prevent you from getting overwhelmed. The better your switches, the quicker you'll incinerate these titans. This will pay dividends all over Old School, so this might be a great place to find your feet before diving into content like Zulrah, Dagonoth Kings, or even raid encounters like Akka, Nylos, and the Great Olm. And that's all fine and dandy, but I hear you thinking, how are we gonna make money, baby? Alright, let's talk about rewards. The content isn't aimed towards people in high-end gear who are looking for the next breezy moneymaker. The regular loot per kill isn't anything obscene, but will absolutely start adding up as your kill times get faster. At the end of the kill, you can choose to loot from one of the titans. Each titan has a slightly different but similar regular loot table, but drop different uniques. Starting with the Twin Flame Staff. A one-handed tradable staff that requires 60 magic to wield. It's assembled from two tradable pieces, one obtained from Branda and the other from Eldrick. It can autocast spells from the standard spellbook, but with a twist. Just like the Royal Titans, it leans into elemental weaknesses and will automatically cast whichever element your target is weak to, as long as you have the runes. So if you want to cool down and have an easier time during the encounter itself, you'll be blazing through the content with the staff. Is it getting obvious that I'm running out of puns? There's even an extra feature on this staff. The staff hits every 6 ticks, which is 1 tick slower than casting a spell from the normal spellbook regularly. To make up for that, it will have a spell echo effect. The second spell will hit right after the first and will do 40% of your first hit's damage for an epic combo. This makes it a very solid DPS option on bosses like Zulrah, so you can grab that Magic Fang and speed through your magic progression. Maybe that would be a good option for me. Yeah. Stay frosty, guys, because there's a couple more awesome rewards. Eldrick, the Ice Giant boss, drops a prayer scroll that unlocks Deadeye, a ranged focused prayer that overrides Eagle Eye and requires level 62. It provides 18% ranged attack and strength, and 5% defense. The prayer drain is the same as Eagle Eye, and you can use Deadeye alongside Steel Skin, an incredibly solid option for Chambers of Xeric, so you can grind for that next prayer. On the other side of the arena, Branda drops a prayer scroll that unlocks Mystic Vigor, a magic prayer that requires 63 prayer and overrides Mystic Might. Similarly, it provides 18% magic attack bonus, 5% defense, and also a 3% magic damage bonus. Once again, draining at the same rate as Mystic Might, and can be used alongside Steel Skin. We're not done. There's 2 more small rewards that get dropped from both titans. the Giant Soul Amulet, and Desiccated Pages. The Giant Soul Amulet is an untradeable teleportation amulet that can be charged with Big Bones and Law Runes to provide quick teleports to the Royal Titans area, Obor's Lair, or Biofetus Lair. So getting this early is definitely going to ignite that feeling of grinding these bosses for the collection log. The Desiccated Pages are also untradeable, but they're not super rare. You'll even have the option to get these guaranteed. By picking the right-click option, Take Pages, you can reliably stack them up at the expense of other loot rolls. These pages can be taken to the plinth located in Arceus to make burning pages, the plinth south of the Gorge in Varlamore to turn them into soiled pages, or the ruins of Unka near Temperos to get soaked pages. Unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of bad news here, because making these pages will require 50 rune crafting. And of course, we'll also have a new pet. We're going to let that one cook a little bit longer and not reveal it to you guys yet, but like your Axor, there will also be an option to sacrifice your loot for a higher pet chance. All in all, this content is going to be a blast. And once again, it's going to be your duty to save Gielinor from the Titan's influence. If not for me, do it for Thurgo, because his little house is very awkwardly placed right on top of this fight. The content is available to play right now, so get in game and save our boy. I was Only Trails for the Old School RuneScape channel. If you like hardcore Iron Man content or Clue Scroll content, then definitely check out my channel. Thank you, Jagex, for having me. Thank you to you guys for listening, and enjoy the content. See you soon.